What's up, everybody out there in trading land? Welcome to the stream. We'll see you in just a moment. Getting ready to get started. Robin's Cup. You know how it goes, baby. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the stream. Let's get some hype in chat. Hype. What's up, guys? Let's go. Sleepy hype. Wake up. Wake up, baby. Hey, all right. Let's get ready to get going here. What up, friends? Howdy. Smash the like button, get ready to get started here. Where's everybody at today? Let me make sure I posted this everywhere. I'm gonna post the right link. Oh shit, I didn't. That's why. I'm like, normally we have like a lot more people in here. Maybe I should post, maybe I should click the post button, actually post a link. What's up, friends? Love you guys. Let's get some sleepy hype in chat. Everyone wake up. Time to go. Welcome to the stream that your trading guru watches. Oh my god. Watches and cries and complains about. I did post, don't lie to me. But not, did I? Hold on. Oh, I did not post on Twitter though. That's where the traffic usually comes from. On Discord I did. I know, I'm off my game today. Like post, I type everything out, I click. No, I don't click the button. Today, I did post in Discord though, I did. All right. You know, it's interesting, and this is so fun, and maybe I'll do it too. But watching everybody, like, after the big run up we had, you know, I guessed over all week, so I really wasn't streaming or trading, but like watching that big run up we had, NVIDIA, right, the following day, like all these people like appeared on the trading leaderboards in the Robbins Cup, and they're like, look at me, second, third place. I'm like, oh my gosh, if you're getting 70, 80% in a day, you're either going to end up with 40,000% by the end of the year or 0 by the end of the month. It's like, good luck to everybody that's in the competition though, but it's like watching people amplify, like jump on the leaderboard so quick in a day. That's trading we don't do here. We're like a slow and steady accelerate as time builds by, but man, heated competition. What's up, team? What's up? But more power to everybody that's competing, because it's kind of fun. It's fun to see everybody out there competing and having fun with it. But I'm just saying, watching people get like 60, 70% pop up on the leaderboard on that one day's run up. You know, the leverage is high. So the one day that runs down, let's say got a good risk management, it's going to be burnout. Oh, I missed you guys too. Man, it's been crazy. So some cool stuff, like, you know, obviously we just finished our first proof of concept white label project with an A-list client. I'm talking A-list, I'm talking TV trader client. We're actually right now in negotiations with another. This will be our third white label project as we're building platforms for other trading educators, trading communities. This is one of the biggest trading educators on the planet working with, and we have a third one we're working with right now to hopefully get another white label out there. So the idea is that other people can use Rocket Scooter with their own tools. We have our console, we can program your own indicators. That's coming out. Workable UI prototype next week. You can code your own indicators in the platform with our server-side technology, which means your indicators are housed safely on a server and broadcast to the front end like Netflix show. And at the end of the day, your secret sauce stays secret. Nobody can reverse engineer your stuff. No longer using the weak front client side platforms like NinjaTrader and all the others. We love them. I mean, technology is outdated. They're great. Love the company. Love the brand. But I don't know. Local licensing servers, authenticated code, sending files back and forth, downloading shit from third-party trading gurus. We're no better than people that run pyramid schemes. You don't know what weird website you're going on, what you're downloading. Oh. All our stuff is cloud-based in the server. You download it on your computer, and because it's server side, it's not limited by your trading PC. Platform will run the same for everybody, and the only throttling thing would be your internet connection. That's the best part of server-side technology. You don't need a fast computer to run it. I've seen people all day long try to sell like NinjaTrader indicators, and it's a constant battle to get people to update their computers so it actually runs the indicators. We don't have that problem. Matter of fact, I stress tested our platform with the white label client running 20 technical indicators, and it was faster than TradingView. So I'll tell you, as we dominate the industry here, can you bring over indicators previously used on platform? You can bring over any indicator you want by coding it in our custom language called Rocket Script that we are creating right now. We've created our base, a lot of our base and UI functions. UI functions mean interacting with the chart, you know, graph, plot, line, things like that. Math functions, absolute value, standard deviation, things like that. Technical indicator functions like EMA, SMA, MACD, VWAP, blah, blah, blah. We're all this function every day. You're building more and more and more functions. We have the most sophisticated trading language or trading scripting coding language on the planet when we're done. It'll be more sophisticated than Pine Script, Trade Script, Think Script, you name it. It'll be the best of all worlds. It'll have the flexibility and customization that you have like a full coding language, kind of like, you know, what you get with C# and NinjaTrader, which is what makes NinjaTrader great. Full customization, but easy to use. And that's what we're building. It's called Rocket Script, by the way. Hello, everybody. What's up? Welcome to the stream. Hit that like button below. Yeah, so you know, the history of, okay, let's go. Let's get ready to go. All right, resilience. Half gap resilience looking strong. Should we take a trade right here at half gap? We are at SPY 506.5. Okay, let's take a It's looking strong. Let's take one stab here. Let's trade low at the bottom. Get this here. We're going to put in one. We're going to put in one more at the dip. Bottom of the box. Wait till liquidity maps come through. Oh, let's go, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Mean reversion, but at hedge pressure. Let's go. Let's take a second one for... Yeah, take a second one for 5 points. Let's go. We're going to have 5 points across the little gap here. Here to here. High a day. Rare. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me clean that up really quick. Make sure resilience holds the 4, baby. Don't kill me yet. Okay. Half gap bounce, the bull zone, and we're flat. So here we go. This is the ultra rare. This is the rare. Bull zone to bounce to the back. Let's look at UVX. Well, everybody knows this mean reversion off of hedge pressure, all signs rational, market looking tidy and cool. VIX in a decay pattern, which I do love. Wait, hold on. We get a 5-point scalp off the open. Be rare to break through that upper band. Let's make sure the news is all good today. We have housing and nothing crazy coming out through here. Nothing crazy going through there. Earnings today. It's your typical morning routine. Earnings tomorrow. Okay, we're looking good. We'll take that again. I'm gonna stop out at a 506 dip. Resilience hopefully staying here in the middle. I need some water. I'll be right back. All right. If you guys don't mind smashing that like button down below, we would love you. Thanks for joining us every morning to stream or to watch me stream. Ugh, glasses are dirty. Okay, so we're looking at I want to double down right there at that 506 bottom. Maybe double check QQQ while we're at it. So VIX in a decay pattern. Wait, hold on. Wait a minute. The only thing that would really kind of make me cry is, oh shit, this is NASDAQ too. NASDAQ is kind of limited inside of this range as well, which I don't like. Resiliences are positive, so NASDAQ is likely to flux off the top of the box. This is a pretty good setup. I do want to take one more entry, but I'm going to let it go like 5 more points and I'll dip down from the bottom. Let's look at monthly map really quick. It is looking solid, but resilience is starting to fight, which I don't like. Boo. Come on, baby. Okay, let's read this really quick. This is looking really tidy here. There's that 50-80 bounce. That's that little low support here. Bull side setup looking good. Bear side squeeze looking good. Where the hell is SPY monthly map? Oh, whatever. We'll just assume it's looking like Nasdaq's. I'm gonna check the data really quick. Yeah, there's a decay pattern in VIX, which is good. That's a decent setup. Let's go to SPY daily mode, right at the bottom. Let's hit that dip. I love these kind of days. Just take a small position. How was I drawing that? Oh, that was like this. Wait a minute. There it is. Okay. Let me finish drawing that. Expected. I guess there. Oops. Positive resilience, bottom of the box. Let's take one more scoop at it. Res is still fighting. This number being above 0 supports at the bottom here. I'm going to take one more quick dip. Just one more. One more red. Let's go. Hit that red one more time. 50-80. Yeah. Let's try from here. Res negative flip-flops. It is flip-flopping, so here's the problem with it. Let me redraw my trade plan here. Expect it to stay in the middle. Don't squeeze me. Okay, here to here. Hedge Fisher breaks are rare. I'm gonna say expect. Let me go back here and redraw the expected thing. Hold on. Let me be a little more. There were about this. That's not what I meant to write. Rare. Okay. Do not belong there. So the scalp from here to here, at least 506.40. That'll bring me right back to my even point if we do bounce. This is the one spot that we're going to have a possible fight at. As this number is fighting here, likely rejection if res is less than 0. It's going to be about exactly right there. Res greater than 0, we're going to rally through. So I hate when the market like opens and starts selling. I don't feel that selling pressure is based on volatility. I feel like that selling pressure is actually based on real-time selling. So watching this resilience number bounce, I am trying to be hopeful. DD ratio is actually lower today, so be very careful. This number was usually pretty high. Is DD greater than half? Bull market is still hanging in there. Trying to sell. Okay, there's that 50-80. Let's hang in there, baby. Russell's starting to move. Oh, I hate days like this. Hedge breaks are the rarer case. 75% of the time, this blue line is not broken. So we are expected to... So let me draw that right here. A little more. There we go. So the probability is that we stay in here by the end of the day. Probabilistically. Now... if it's not going to make it there, at minimum, I expect to interact with hedge pressure again. So hopefully I can break even and pull forward if this doesn't kill me for the day. 17,954 on NASDAQ is a support as well, right here. The overnight dynamics, we're going to be looking at that. There's some intense selling pressure on the S&P. Let me double check that I'm not missing anything right now. What's up, guys? Hit that like button if you don't mind really quick. We like to play this little thing here. It's called, let's get the ratio up to half. As soon as that ratio is half, we'll come back on the stream. Push that like button. Everybody scroll down, go down below the video. Click that like button really quick. $8:30 news, 18 minutes, CB consumer confidence coming through. Only need 60 more likes. Click it, click it, click it, click it. Halfway there. Rocket Man, I'll come back. Just a second. Ooh, the Nasdaq is falling pretty quick. $8:30 news. Wait. What was the news? You talking about the news this morning from 8 o'clock? The durable goods. Housing index. 18 minutes, we got TV consumer confidence coming right up. Nasdaq has a key support pivot right here at 17,954. This is a level that we want to see kind of hang up in there. So while we're at it, let me go ahead and looks like it's as much as it's moving. Let's go ahead and do some red line real quick. Let me hide this. Let me show you a trick. Let's do our little red line technique. This is one of our favorite techniques here. This is where the bounce is likely to be if there is one. If it's not here and the market's dead for the day. Ugh. Resilience, DD is 0.72 from a 0.65 earlier, so we're getting growth on that DD number. There's that impact line here. Please make it the week that I come back. The week that the market just kicks me in the face. Gotta mark our lines here. I rebuilt my computer at the end of last week. I took it apart, put in some new RAM. I had to take it apart because one of the radiators is blocking the RAM. Like I put the RAM in, put the radiator in, and then I couldn't get the RAM out. All right, let's do S&P really quick. So I had to like drain the water out of the system. Then I had to go in and put my new RAM in, put it all back together. It was really fun. The computer's in pieces for a little bit. At 5080, I was hoping that would hold. That was a big deal. To lose this is not that good. So I'm basically riding on hopes of a catalyst at this news event that's coming out. Give us some move. Where's that volatility? There it is. There it is. And there's that dip. There's the impact line here. Okay, so these are techniques to find the illiquidity pivots. Unusual selling today. Not driven by volatility. The VIX is still in a pretty decent spot. This is actual liquidation, so it's not volatility. This is just a little bit of selling pressure on the market. All right, we do this for both of these. Like I said, VIX is below triple B. This is one of our... I need to start like removing some of these old ones. I just leave them there for demonstration purposes. But here's the March 115.06. VIX is down here. Pivot shouldn't be overshooting, so that's kind of a big deal. Okay, so we have on the calendar, we've got some news coming out pretty soon. Bull zone, bear zone, or sorry, mean reversion to bear zone is ultra. This is the ultra rare case. This is like a 4% chance that you see this happen without a catalyst or a news event. We run the monthly maps really quick. They just printed. Let's take a look. In the general grand scheme of things, the market is still bullish with the short squeeze going through. So you want to see how monthly maps look. The way you decipher this is that you look at the sloping of the bull and bear side. Hold on one second. Fucking status breakpoint. Damn browser. Hold on one second. Come on. still need to rebuild my, I need to rework my overclock. Still kind of an unstable build because I need to actually stress test. I put in 7,000 speed RAM, 7,000 megahertz RAM. I used to have 5,600. So I put in a little faster RAM and I had to actually underclock it to match what's going on in my system. So it's running at like 6,000 right now, I believe. So I need to make sure it's stable, but I've been having some weird artifacts computer side with my new computer build. Got some DDR5, fancy DDR5 Dominator Titanium, which is the newest tiny. Oh, okay, ready, main, okay, we're back. Bull side, bear side break is the rarer case. See if I can get this pullback to this 50-80 is the key pivot today. Let me just go ahead and draw a little line here from the dynamic calculations. This is our overnight pivots. We do have a news event coming up in a couple minutes. There's that tap. 5083 red line. Just kind of drawing. These are going to be futures pivots. A little different than the equities pivots that we look at. Nasdaq trying to hold, Russell trying to sell. Market's doing a little sector rotation right now. Index divergence light is yellow, which means Nasdaq is moving different than the S&P. Nasdaq's starting to try to move higher. Ooh, Nasdaq wants to hit that 17,975. Let's push for it. Let's go, let's go, let's go. How are you guys doing today on your trades? What are y'all doing? Longing, shorting. This negative resilience is kind of, it's kind of hurting me. It's hurting my feelings here. This is the flux number of market cap flux to the redistribution zone in SPY and through QQQ. So these are the stocks in the NASDAQ right here. These are the stocks in the S&P market cap weighted. If this number is less than 0, then the pressure goes down through here from the dashed line to the bottom of the box. If this number is greater than 0, then the pressure is going to pop to the top. The fact that it's less than 0 is kind of sucky because what that does is that hints that let me get back to where that is. Let me draw this right here. This side here. So it's the rare case is for us to open in the middle and close in a bear zone. This is the rare case, 4% chance. And put the probabilities on the chart. I didn't know if you guys knew we have actual probabilities for these things. Now again. Bullish ED is decent sign. Like I said, rare about 4% chance you either break here or here. Expected is that you typically stay above hedge pressure and inside this mean reversion more often than not without an event or a catalyst. Now, right now we have a news event coming out in 11 minutes. I think it's going to kick the market up. I don't like that the way the market is pre-selling into that event. So that's kind of giving me a clue that the market's just taking a little prop to get out of the way. CV consumer confidence number is going to be a pretty big moving, pretty big mover today. Pardon me. Hedge pressure break. The original back test we did 3 years ago. The 2 spot tests that we did was about 11% chance. Now, once we have stronger rules and more data, one of our traders did a 6-month back test in this kind of crazy volatile bearish market that we had. And in the bearish market, it was 25% chance. So, and like when I did it, it was like a bull market with one of them was a bullish market running up. One of them was a cyclic couple of months in the middle of a bull market. So in the bull, on the kind of like a more bull market, 11% chance you'd break. In a bear market, about 25% chance. So we stick with 25 as being like the bigger the bigger number to reference, because it's the worst case scenario. So hedge pressure breaks, you know, in this environment, about 25% of the chance. So 75% of the time you end up above here. It takes a catalyst or news event to kick us the other way, which is kind of the problem. And so we got the CV number coming out. It's going to create some volatility, probably. I don't like the way that this market has just opened up and nosedive through here, though. A little bit of, oh, shoot. Resilience, baby. Come on. Hang in there. So we're having stocks losing half gap. Let's go here and go to the scanner. Sometimes this happens, you know, you can't half gap breakdown. Which stocks are pushing through to the other side? Who are the bad actors today? Nvidia, that's probably why. Everybody's favorite stock to talk about today. Nvidia has monthly hedge pressure support here, but that's really what happened. Nvidia just opened and started tanking. So let's see if Nvidia starts to get a little bit of rally today. You guys remember how Apple used to be like the poster child of the market? Nvidia is kind of it now. Let's see if we can pull ahead. Come on, baby. This DD ratio here, let me walk you guys through some of the rules that we have. So when you're in the bear zone, or sorry, when you're in the middle, the bullish DD ratio tends to push the market closer to the top of the zone rather than the bottom. Again, it's the rarer case to go down this way. So the rarer case is to go here. The less rare case is to interact with the top of the bull zone. So like, that's why I say it's rare up here. 507 would be like my high of the day if there was one. From the bear zone, any bullish pop up on like a catalyst, likely hit that bull zone and tap out and I'll close out. So if I get like, basically it's like a 10-point move in the S&P today, it's all I'm looking for. Resilience is one of the indicators we use to look for flux to this white redistribution zone here. Trading at the bottom of the box is what you expect with negative resilience. It's going to be resistance when you're down here in a rational market. This number being less than 0, it's going to have a hard time breaking through this 506 level. Now that it's kind of stuck here, it's going to take a catalyst to jolt it out of there. So we'll see. I still have faith that the greater bull market is there. This is moving around a lot. The CD number is not liking where we are. Let me go ahead and... ASIC is moving. NVIDIA is moving. This is where, like, all the data right now is telling me that a pop to here is the highest I can expect, about 506.5. So I don't like what we're seeing. Make sure I got this set here. This key pivot 5080 today. This is that dynamic hedge pressure and futures from the overnight. So with all honesty, the best I'm hoping for is this. That's all I'm hoping for. What do you guys think? What are y'all trading today? Are y'all long? Y'all short? What are y'all looking at? A little bit of bump on resilience number right now. Some stocks are moving up to the half gap. So let's see the total number of tickers of stocks moving through their redistribution zone. We're going right here. This is half gap breakdown. Stocks that open here and push through there. What resilience is doing is looking at how far away the S&P is moving away from the flux at which it should move to track the stocks. If the sum of the stocks are pushing through the top of their box like this, market cap weighted from the half gap, this is the halfway point between open and close. If the stocks are moving through here and the S&P is down here, resilience will be positive. So if resilience is negative, it means that the stocks themselves are moving on this side of the box. So the S&P is matching it because it's tracking. Let's see how that works. Let's get that 50/80, baby. Russell's actually really strong today compared to all three of the indices. That's why I like seeing when people are rotating out of NVIDIA and getting into Russell stocks. Once you start seeing Russell become the hot topic, you know, when people risk on into smaller caps, you usually know that the market's safe. If people are taking profit on the big stuff and going into the smaller stuff, then the safety feature is there, right? So people usually risk on into the blue chips, then risk on into the smaller caps. Looking sexy, baby. Oh, by the way, full disclosure, I'm already up $1,200 because I was trading overnight. So I'm just essentially only down. I'm up $1,000 still from yesterday. I don't normally do a lot of overnight trading, but I have been because I basically traded from here to there. Just because, yeah, it's basically like I've been busy and I don't normally do overnight trading, and I actually teach overnight trading is kind of bad. Only if the opportunity is really, really, really there. Do I really want to take it? Let me go ahead and take one of those off the table. Yeah, if it's opening in here, it's likely to close in here. And if it opens above here, it's likely to close above here. And without a catalyst, right? If the market's just ebbing and flowing. Now we have two events today. We had a news event come out. This morning, right? Durable good orders came through. The CB consumer confidence number is going to be a really big mover. It's going to be about 1 minute. Hopefully I'm going to get on the leaderboard this week, Robbins Cup. My goal is to get to the 50% mark by the end of the week. Let's fingers crossed and see if that happens. This number has been really good, way above 100 and trending higher. It's expected to be even higher, which is good. Like I'd like to see it hit expectations, at least pop before it drops. The durable goods came out this morning is the lowest it's been since COVID. So like the market's over responding to this data point. Clearly that month over month change. This is the biggest month over month change that we've seen. And let's look at the core. All right. Any moment now. Kind of flat there. So yeah, so market's over responding to, you know, that data point. What's going on here? What is going on? Let me hold on one second, guys. There's that data point coming through. All right, let me turn AI Suite off. Oh, there's that push. What are you getting here? There's that half gap tap. Let's see what the news says. Let's hang in there for a little bit. My luck is, if anything with my luck, it's just gonna drop from here and die. Okay, it came in a lot less than expected. 106.7 on a 114.8 print expectation. Print is lower. Any changes here? Resilience, any stocks? We did get a tiny little bump, but nothing yet. Let's see what happens on the second attempt to push. I see any momentum coming from here, but let's see. We're obviously pushing that 5080 support, which is good. Like I said, I'm up $1,200 already for the day. This is extra. This will be whenever. If I get like 2,000 today, I'll make it to the leaderboards on Robin's Cup today. We do it. We'll see. Like I said, the expected, you see here I say expected right here, the market is trying to achieve that. Let's see if this res number goes positive and gives us anything good here to play with. Should I be a wuss? All right, guys, vote. Should I stay in? Should I cut out? What do you think? What do you guys think I should do? Why do I have a text from the housekeepers? Tomorrow is May Day. My favorite day. My favorite day every 3 weeks. The housekeepers come. The house is like spick and span. It's like my favorite day. I want to like walk around and just feel like, it's so clean. Not that I'm dirty or messy, but I'm just not like ultra, like, you know, I love that smell. Like the floors are mopped and the counters are clean. Bed's made. I love it. That's tomorrow though. I love when the housekeepers come over. It's such a penny. Matt, you might like this. Do I watch Netflix? I have a Netflix account. When long it open, you're kind of in the suckage zone. Lee's here with me. In the same boat. Mike says every time I'm not 100% convinced with the trade, I just go, there you go. Get out while you're ahead. I am ahead. So I put my new RAM in the computer over the weekend, or it's the end of the week, and I'm like trying to get a new stable overclock. So my RAM is, if you guys know anything about overclocking, you know, all your speeds and of all your components need to match up. Like RAM has a frequency at which it runs on, your back clock runs on a frequency, your processor runs on a frequency, and your motherboard likes to like manage all of this. And if things are moving at different frequencies, sometimes it can go out of sync and be weird. So when you buy your RAM, like speed is important. Your motherboard supports a certain speed, but sometimes it doesn't match, you know, kind of other components, and then things just get off kilter. So I bought Dominator Titaniums. There's like the newest DDR5 RAM. I found some pretty good sticks. When I bought DDR5, the funny was I bought the Dominator Platinums when they first came out. They were like $500 for 16 gigs. Let me just, not really giving me what I want. Come on, baby. Hang in there. Should I quit while I'm ahead? Fucking hey. All right. What's going on here? This is a pretty nasty drop. Might be giving up all my profits today. Yeah. That's a weird candle. I don't trust this. Hold on. I'm not gonna get freaked out too much. I like that candle actually. So anyways, I put the new RAM sticks in, and the Titaniums, there's like the newest. Remember when DDR5 first came out, it was like $500 for 32 gigs, and I got the Titaniums, like the newest and faster for only like $200. So it's funny how like computer components quickly become obsolete. I got something better and faster for like a third of the price. So when I bought all my stuff during COVID though, everything was like ridiculously expensive just because it was COVID. Like this candle was weird. This is somebody's dumping here. I don't know. I don't trust a candle like that. It's being reversal. Too much volume for a single candle. Now I did trim my position out to half what I was in. Like I said, I still have a little bit of hope things are going to turn around and look better, but we'll see. Nvidia is looking good. VIX is looking decent. VIX is actually in decay still for the day, which is interesting. VIX is completely selling off. VIX futures are. So even throughout the rest of the day, VIX is actually dropping, which means volatility is collapsing, which means this V is going to tighten up really quick. I don't trust V's. See, like this is like pro trading versus like amateur trading. That big candle, I don't see that as something scared. I immediately go to volatility, right? The market has less volatility, which means giant V's like that are going to tighten up very quick. It's going to still hug this 50-80. I get a couple more minutes to decide if I want to bail out or not. Right? So I get to decide. Is today a good enough day? Big giant candles like that is a one-time sell, right? This is one person dumping. That's higher volume futures than actually the entire opening volume. So as the market's trying to figure out what was going on there and who dumped and why, I'm still not freaked out yet by it. I'm gonna need a couple more minutes to decide if I'm gonna bail or not. All right. So Nasdaq's hanging on to the news pretty good. Russell's hanging on pretty decent. I don't know. I don't like this day though. It's not really giving me a lot of confidence. It's definitely not gonna be a big moving day. I am kind of eagerly hoping for that 10-point run though, but I don't think I'm gonna get it. Moving the bear zone a second time. This is the rare case. Resilience is even looking worse. Some stocks are moving down. I don't know what it is. This has gone from 81 to 88. So there's been a couple of stocks also pushing through. Let's see if there's any other bad actors on the big side. It was just now that was Google that caused that move. So you use Rocket Scooter to figure out the answer to those questions. Google is the next bad actor. So let's see if Google's holding the fort.
So this is your first time buying a home?
Yeah, this is.
Not my favorite, but it's not terrible. Woo, baby. All right. Made 1,300 between two accounts, probably done for the day. A day like this, if you made 1,300 bucks, I'd be done for the day too. This is a crappy day. I don't know. This is not correct. My cost basis is not 5082. My cost basis is down here. Hold on. Let me hold on. Give me 1 second, you guys. Yeah, there's a little bit of a glitch there. 5079, there it is. That's weird. I need to investigate this. My platform cached the actual position different. 5079 is my cost basis. That is more like it. I was like, that didn't look right. So I was actually displaying the wrong entry on the chart. I need to investigate that. But my platform did crash earlier, or my computer did crash earlier, so maybe my computer is just having weird artifacts going on. Oof. I just had to refresh. Yeah, I think there's something weird's going on with my machine. Like I said, I try to get my computer spent all day. It wasn't posting with the new RAM. You know, the motherboard supported it. So I was kind of wrestling with it for like the weekend. And so I got my 7,000 RAM to run it right about 6,000. I think that's what it's running at now. But it's still not stable. So I need to go play with the voltages to get it to stabilize. So my computer's been acting really funky because things are out of sync. The RAM is too fast for what everything else is set at. So all you overclockers out there will know the answer to that. I know the struggle with that. Oops. I hate this market today. Not really fun. Not really fun today. So when I get some time later today, I'm probably going to spend a little bit more time What do we do, guys? What do we do? Market hates us. Market's not doing anything. It's just kind of blah today. Did I walk away ahead? Oh yeah, but that commentary was about my computer. I need to go overclock my computer and play around with the settings. Oh, here we go. This is my new setup. This is my old setup. It's 12900 1700 Intel. So I had a 12900 KS unlocked. I have it clocked at 52, which is good. And I don't know why the efficient cores keep dropping to 400. This V droop is weird. I need to go again. I thought I disabled that, but this, I mean, it's not really bad for the computer to have it drop a low voltage. It's not doing a lot of stuff, but I need to make sure it's sitting at the same spot, not cycling back and forth. My new memory. Oh, actually, I'm running it at 64. Oh, interesting. Okay. So this is supposed to be 35. I got it at 32, which, you know, transfer rate, DDR, you multiply it by double. So got my RAM to run at 6400 megahertz. And it's still kind of like iffy. There we go. And I'm already like, man, and I'm just gonna get to spending more money on computer parts. I'm like eyeballing the 4090s, the 4000 graphics cards, and I'm like, I'm not gonna spend any more money on computer for a while. My computer is blazing fast. When the 5000 graphics cards come out, I might buy a 5000 series. I'm not really sure. Yesterday, ES wanted to dump and NASDAQ held it up. Seems like to be the same today. There's a lot of sector rotating, I think, is what's really carrying the market. Overclocking has been worth doing for a long time, and trading stability for minimal performance professional machine is definitely not worth it. Get some ECRAM. I was like, yeah. Well, I 100% agree. And my situation is this is a trading setup, a streaming setup, and gaming setup. So it's like the requirements for trading, I 100% agree. And it's not really worth it for trading stability for minimal performance and professional machines. Definitely not worth it. For me, I'm not really doing a lot of overclocking like I used to. Like you remember back in the day, we used to get like, you know, I would get a 3.1 gigahertz, you know, God, whatever. What was the processors back in the day? Like they were like I can't remember the model numbers, but you would clock it to like 5500 from like a 3 gigahertz, and it was like, you know, dual core processors like from the early 2000s, and like early before you can control V droop and other issue or other voltage regulators on the motherboard by actually getting like a number 3 pencil and shading the resistors to like cut off the circuit. And that's what we used to do when we used to overclock back in the day. These days, I don't do anything other than minor tweaks. So I run the processor on turbo mode, I run XMP memory profile, and I get up to whatever the unlocked, you know, processors will come with like a single switch to stabilize it. AI overclocking gets it to whatever it's supposed to be. The Pentium days are golden. Yeah, the old Pentiums. My charts look off. There's a 3-point difference in my chart versus yours. What do you mean? My charts are matching Thinkorswim exactly. I'm watching them side by side. Make sure you didn't disconnect your platform. I agree with 100% with feedback. Yeah, the Pentium days are golden. So basically, I just run. I do my processor out of the box. I throw it in. There's like a kind of like a out of the box overclock for many newbies. As long as you have a good water cooling system, it easily stabilizes there. So I don't really do much tweaking anymore unless I'm benchmarking, and I'm not really like a hardcore benchmarker anymore. I don't change my like Yeah, I don't really do much. Yeah, you're right, Lee. I probably should cash out at least with some profit. You know, I don't really like play with my chipset anymore. Like, used to, we would clock our North Bridge and South Bridge independently if we needed to. Not really South Bridge as much. But like for people that would run, like they want to overclock their hard drives and stuff early on in like the high school days, people were very adamant about just for just like geek bragging. But I don't change like any of the frequencies on motherboard. I don't speed any of that up. The RAM comes slightly boosted, and then I just try to match everything up. But for some reason, while the chipset and the CPU and motherboard all are supportive of the speed of RAM, it didn't like it. Took me a while to post. It was a whole nonsense thing, so I had to slow it down. But even though when I slowed it down, it's actually better than the 5600 I used to run. 6500 give me a whole 5% performance boost. My time spice score. So I was like, oh, that was worth the $200. I also wanted some, you know, I was wanting some more stable. I had kind of suspicion that my RAM sticks were where one of them was acting bad anyways. It was overheating. Like one stick was getting hotter than the other. And I was like, well, it's got adequate airflow. Like, why is it overheating? Blah, blah, blah. And so changing them out, hoping for a little more stability. What would the impact of AI on trading? I don't know. Honestly, I think AI right now is very dumb as far as not really actually that smart. It's just a really fast encyclopedia with, you know, chatting capabilities. I don't think AI is smart enough to make let me think of it. What's the word I'm saying? One of these days, AI will be the future of everything, including financial markets. And the problem now is that AI just doesn't really have... AI is going to search for patterns, and the stock market has no patterns. It can use machine learning and other things to find probabilities, and then it's going to trade against them, but then it's going to create its own force as everything lines up together, and then new AI models will find counters to that. So AI is going to become a space race with itself. Imagine AI bot finds some efficient thing and trades it. Then every AI bot that's easily programmed the same way will find that same thing and trade it, and they'll all be trading the same way. And therefore, it's the new paradigm, right? It's a new baseline. And therefore, there's no longer an edge. The more efficient something becomes and the more widespread it's adopted, the less the edge is there. So for there to be AI to find something that no one else has found and no other AI has found would be unique and short-lived. So the idea is that, will AI self-cauterize its own effect? The fact that it exists will prevent itself from growing in this space, right? Once it finds an edge, then everyone's found the edge, and then it's no longer an edge. So it's like the minute the fire starts, it gets snuffed out. So that's kind of an ethical debate that people are having about the AI effects on different markets, global markets and trade and things like that. The impact on retail trading, none. Zero impact on retail trading right now. There's no sophisticated AI that's retail is using or institutions using that is defeating retail. The traditional means of the stock market already defeats retail massively. Like everyone gets their ass kicked by the systems that are 40 years old already without AI. I don't think anyone really takes AI seriously. I don't at this point. I know it's worth something in the future. I know it's the future to have sentient computers that can make decisions with free will. If that was something we created, that's the future. Then everybody's job gets eliminated within a generation. And then everybody's job basically becomes like Star Wars. You create droids in your basement, and whoever has the best droid gets the actual job. You send your robot to work for you. And then it becomes a space race as to who can make the best droid. And therefore, we become Star Wars. And I like that future, actually. Because if you can build a robot that can make human decisions for you, you don't need to get up and go to work. It can go to work for you. And you own it, so it can't complain that you don't give it anything, and it doesn't need food, it just needs electricity. And we have the sun, which is an near infinite supply of electricity, at least for your lifetime. And therefore, you just live your days out. But one of these days, I don't think the Skynet situation is going to be around for a while. I think that AI will always lack what again, this goes into metaphysical stuff, but I think AI is always going to lack that touch of the divine, that thing that makes us as humans special. Whatever you believe it is, free will, not free will, whether we're computers or we're actually from another, our minds are in another dimension, and we're whatever you believe, I think that our sub creations, our AIs, our robots will always lack what we have. And we'll never create and flatten this. I hate this position. I'm done. Let's call it a day. I had 1,200 at the start of the day. I probably lost a third of it. I'm going to call it. You know what I'm saying? I don't think we'll ever be able to create something that's as... I don't think we'll ever be able to create something that has free will. Call me spiritual. I don't know. I think that's something special we don't understand. If at minimum, there's nothing magical there. Our real bodies live in like the 12th dimension, and we're just projections in here in a simulation. Who knows? Even if it's a higher dimensional thing, wherever you come from, wherever you think, I don't think AI will be anything other than sophisticated Alexa that will be able to do automated tasks around your house and maybe make your life somewhat easier. But I don't think we're going to enter droid making Star Wars world as a future. But hey, you never know. I think we're tens of thousands of years away from conscious AI. I think consciousness exists beyond the observable dimensions that we interact with on a day-to-day basis. But call me a scientist. When you start to study quantum physics, you learn that there's spooky things that happen when you zoom in really, really, really small in the universe to how our physics that we observe and interact with on a daily basis breaks down at the Planck length, which is like the length, the space. If you think about like Planck length is like the space between the actual strands of fabric in the universe. Like for instance, an electron density exists around the nucleus of an atom, but there's a space that like it doesn't exist, which is like the Planck length. And like the electron, if you can actually reduce the quantum object into an actual physical electron, like you learn in school, is like a dot. It's not really a dot, it's like a probability density, but it doesn't exist in a certain area. It's like it'll move and disappear and appear. It's like it wiggles its way through another dimension and comes back. Weird shit happens. That's always what tells me is that we don't understand what we're doing. We're creating like robots in this like, you know, third dimensional space with traditional transistors. It's like it's lacking that special thing that the universe really does, which is interact with all other dimensions. Like there's a whole bunch of extra physics that we haven't really tapped into as a scientific civilization that is really going to enhance AI and space travel and consciousness and whatever. The universe is pixelated. I love JTR. That's a great saying. Yeah. Am I a droid Eka and B2 battle droid? I would love to have a battle droid. AI will turn to Ultron, the always rug pulls up and straps us out. There you go. There you go. But the idea that there's just so much complexity to the universe that we don't understand. What happens in another dimension? Like what's really going on? What's wrapped up outside of the fabric of what we can see and observe, right? We don't know. But like if our minds are tapping into that, which is the conscious part of the universe, then we need to be able to be able to do that ourselves with the robots we make. Until then, they're just going to be sophisticated computers working in binary, which I don't think is going to be anything to be worried about. Its limitations will be our limitations. Because if it can't think beyond what it's programmed to do, then it can't behave beyond what our creativity limits us to grow into. We're limited by our own creativity, so therefore the complexity of an AI machine is limited by the human reach. it can never surpass us. And then that lets me think, well, we'll always be in control of the robots. I don't know. AI isn't even American. Oh, I didn't even know. I don't know much about like history. I signed up for this conversation, bro. I know, dude. I'm like, this is the conversation I have after I eat a gummy and sit on the couch. I tend to go in what my friends colloquially call Professor Matt mode, where I tap into my physics and engineering background. I don't know if you can see right here. There's an engineering degree right there. I was somewhat of a nerd in school. Like a physics and computer science aficionado. Like those are the things I did for fun when everyone else had friends and like girlfriends and went to parties. Like I taught myself how to program when I was 11 or 12, middle school. I was captain of all the clubs and teams. I would compete in computer science, compete in programming, and I did it as a hobby. In physics, I was in like all the science clubs in school. I competed. I used to love physics. And then I got a chemical engineering degree and I specialized in reaction and reactor design and economics and catalysts. So if you have any question about physics or science or engineering, you can always bounce weird shit off of me. But yeah, I do when I do get high, I literally go into professor mode, Matt. It's rare these days because I tend to be like focused on work all the time. But there were modes where there will be like a weekend or something where a gummy to veg out for the end of the week is a great idea. But I really don't do much these days. I'm staying focused. We got so many things we're building. Building a lightsaber cloud. Hell yeah. Okay. Anyways, market's trying to fight itself positive. I don't hate what I'm seeing. I just am being kind of a wuss about it. I don't think the market is going to sell off. I think we do stabilize and I think we do rally. I don't know. I just don't like it. You can tell English is like AI's third language. It's kind of funny. You got to make a science segment every stream. I do. Like, y'all can talk about any topic. Like anything that y'all think is cool. People tend to like always comment on my random trivia abilities. But like, did you know that if you had a black hole, if the Earth became a black hole and collapsed under its own mass, right? It would probably be like the size of a grapefruit. It'd be like this big. And you may think that a black hole is like a giant vacuum cleaner that sucks everything in. However, a black hole still follows the same laws of physics. This always thought was cool. And that a black hole has density and a black hole has mass and a black hole has gravitational pull and will behave similarly in Newtonian physics. So if I were to place the Earth with a black hole, the moon would still orbit it, just like it always does now, because the mass hasn't changed. Gravitational pull is a function of two massive objects and their distance, according to the laws of Newton. So you might think that if there's a black hole nearby that we're all going to get sucked into it, and the answer is no, things will still orbit a black hole. Which is kind of why like the Milky Way galaxy doesn't just like suck itself back in, because the Sagittarius A is a pretty large and violent fucking thing in the middle of the in the middle of the galaxy, and you just orbit it. And the cross event horizon is a different story, but the safe distance away, a black hole behaves just like any other object with mass. It's just much smaller. Isn't that crazy? There's your science lesson for today. Hollywood shows black hole as a giant vacuum cleaner. It really is just a thing that just is smaller with the same mass. And over time, it slowly dissipates radiation and usually vanishes into nothing. How come your DD lines don't show on Rocket Scooter's site? You need your you need your futures data connected. So connect futures data and you should have your DD lines. So you said, so where was AI created if its first language isn't English, as you said? What is its first language? This is part of, it's not rocket surgery. Oh, how do you connect futures data? Go to connections and you can connect your futures broker. We're working with a bunch of futures brokers. We're getting them all turned on little by little. I'm working on getting AMP in here. You can do like GFF, Robins, Edge Clear, and you just connect. Right now, Edge Clear is the quickest way to get data. It's $1 a month plus a $10 a month platform fee from CQG. It's Rocket Scooter, baby. Hit that like button. Come on. I think a lot of people are worried because Jeff Bezos and Mark Zuckerberg and all them are selling shares of stock, right? That's bad for the market. Why would they sell their shares of stock? But think about it. It doesn't mean that they're selling and that's because the market is therefore exhausted. It's moved to the upside or they no longer believe in it. A lot of times you're going to sell stock to free up cash to maneuver your business. Like, I don't know what we do here. This is kind of hard to guess. Resilience is strong enough that I hope we end up back here for the day. But we are in a hedge break situation. I just don't like it. Not my favorite. I'm gonna sit out for this for today. I do think we have another big nasty candle that tries to fight its way lower before it squeezes up. So I'm not gonna buy in this consolidation for a breakout. Res is still negative. We're still gonna resist half gap. So it's gonna take a little bit of a fight to get up higher. I'm gonna kind of sit out on this. Maybe at the end of the day, if things start looking better, I might take it, but see, it's still in a 10-point range. So there's really not a lot to squeeze out of this. This is my whole range right here anyway. So I'm like, maybe sit on this. But I think a lot of times you sell stock to free up cash so you can build something. So I think in the craze of like how everything's going up higher, yeah, they're taking a little profit, but I think they're going to take the money that they raise and really invest in the infrastructure and the efficiency needed to continue this, this ride higher. I'm excited to see what's developed in the next 2 or 3 years. I'm the most bullish guy right now on Wall Street. AI might be fluff, but I'm going to tell you, the internet was fluff back in the 90s, and we didn't think it was going to be what it is. And had you bought, Microsoft and it was worth like 50 cents after the crash, you would be a very happy camper right now. So AI, think about it like this, right? Everyone has an Alexa now. That's kind of like what AI is leaning towards. So its utility and popularity is there. It's just not realized yet, just like the internet wasn't realized in the 2000s because there wasn't use for it yet, and now it's used everywhere. So the idea that it's used everywhere is kind of a, where my hope comes from. Will it be used everywhere, and what can it do? Is it just a glorified Alexa? Can it tell you the time and help you do your homework? Who knows? But how are people going to monetize it? How's it going to become the status quo? How's AI going to be built into your toaster? Which companies are going to own these types of technologies to really build actual smart things out of AI, where it becomes like in every single appliance you use, and so common that this pen I'm holding will say, "Hello, Matt, I'm out of ink. Please replace me. Order another one from Amazon." "Oh, thanks, pen. You're welcome. Have a nice day. You're handsome." "Oh, thanks, sentient pen, for giving me compliments today." Like, it sounds goofy, right? But you never would have thought that you'd be holding a box in your hand with the wealth of human knowledge and a connection to fucking outer space that you carry in your pocket. That kind of sounded goofy and Star Trek-y as well in the 90s, and now it's reality. So, is AI going to be the thing of the future? Maybe so. Monthly maps are looking really, really strong. Sai, thanks for asking. It's good question to analyze that right now. Monthly map on SPY in general and NASDAQ both look very similar. Bull side is still strengthening over the course of the next week. The bear side is still weakening over the course of the next week. So you still have bull side strong, bear side weak. Everything's looking great in general for the market not to crash out. Yeah. There's a difference between someone who's taught English from early age, someone that's learned English later on live nuances. Well, in all speaking, there's like idioms and things you just can't directly translate. And English is really hard because a lot of our language is based on idioms, and a lot of our rules don't even make sense. Like, Like, you ever see the word? I mean, I'm gonna tell you, if you've learned English as a second language, I'm very, very impressed, because when I look at it as a native English speaker, it's hard as shit. I mean, think of this. Imagine that you learn, this is the word that makes me just say that English is a fucking troll. My language is a troll. C is a K or S sound. O is R-O. M is M, and B is B. So comb, but you don't say it like that. So you say comb, right? And then like, okay, that's like home. That's like the same thing. And then, yeah, well, let's say, okay, comb is like home. So B kind of sounds like B, and sometimes it sounds like E. Okay. So how about tomb, right? Tome. No, that's tome. That's tome. Like this is tome. This is not that. That's tomb. Tomb. It's like we just don't have, we just don't follow, we don't have any rules that are consistent. It's so difficult. Or I don't know. Oh, I mean, you can. So yeah. So here, there's more to it, right? So comb, tomb, bomb. Wait, what? What? Like, they all three sound different. The O is between two consonants. O, U, ah. Comb to What? And it's not like other languages have like inflection points that like lets you know how to pronounce that letter, and ours don't. It gives you no guide when you're reading it. If you read like Eastern languages, they'll have like Vietnamese or Chinese, like Mandarin, they have like like I guess any Eastern language a lot of times will have inflections that'll tell you how to say the letter and the spelling, and we don't have that either. So it's like, you just have to know, it's all memorization, which is the weird thing. You have to learn a bunch of words and just memorize how they are. There's no context of why they're different. There's that downside I was talking about a second ago. Yeah, kind of avoiding the rest of the stay. I was up 1,200. I was probably down another 400 or 500 in the course of this trading. I kind of dialed out. The rare thing is happening. Mean reversion going to bear zone. DD is still bullish enough to market to rescue itself, but I have no bounce points to buy off of today. Unfortunately, there's really nothing to go off of. Nasdaq itself just blasted through its red lines. Now it's kind of stabilizing. I think the market fights all day and ultimately closes higher rather than lower. The volatility is just not there to create any kind of craziness. You just have a little bit of liquidation. We are supporting at these hedge pressure estimates, which is good. And then from here, there's just really nothing else to go by. And that's that little downside I was mentioning earlier. That the market's likely to have another leg down. My question is, if I were to buy, I would be buying right here with a quick stop, just to bet that we end up back along this trajectory by the end of the day. I do think we're at the 5,100, testing at least that by tomorrow. We'll see. Other than that, I don't know. Meh. We love you guys. Okay, forget. I'm Matt, CEO of the Rocket Scooter Company. We are a trading platform with trading technology on the platform with the marketplace for you to create your own trading technology in the platform. Or if you want your own version of the platform, we do everything and anything here that a trading educator or company would like. Or retail traders can use our tools, which I think are the best tools ever. Either way, check us out. We have a Link in the description below. There's a 3-month extended trial, $35 a month, really cheap for our $200 a month package. You can check it out. Join us, learn our tools, watch the videos, learn how all these things work, and then we can definitely have you join our team. We have a huge community, 5,500 people in the Discord and growing, and we're happy to have y'all here. I'm going to cut it out. Call it a day. Nothing else to really do. I still don't think the market's selling off today. I still think we're going to stay put. We'll see. Dun, dun, dun.